Whoa, 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 whoa. Damn right, I'm a UPK nigga. Straight out of one West, no contest. We the best to the niggas that's living, trying to contend with the stress. Going through the test, no access, cause you oppressed slaves. Niggas is dying off in waves. Living in dirt, now it's a grave. Niggas cross-talk through the crosswalk or the white chalk over the bodies of roads that you paid. Americans killing us, saying they fearing us. Put the drugs in the hood, now my niggas delirious. Put a gun in my face, all because of my race. Click, boom, flash, put some Skittles and murder my ass. Like a sheep to the slaughter, heart beating harder and harder. Baptized with these words, never dipping in water. So now we pray to the Father. Give strength to the Father that's looking for the marauder. That's fucking taking our daughters, nigga. It's wartime. Lights up, nigga, showtime. Got the green light on that ass, yeah, go time. Either boot up, shut up, but get your ass up. Cause we ain't got time to be playing this all fucked up America. Heaven for the thief, hell for the slave. Reaping what you sow, meaning giving back what you gave for a clean slate. You try to imitate, you was always fake. America, every city, state, this is your fate. Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, 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 to America.
On the timeline, giving the rhythm to expose the intricacies of the vibe. Who am I ain't shit, but getting it is a pastime. So in a minute, I'ma pass out. I hope you get it. If you didn't, you can crash flying. Kinda simple if you feel it, past your last line. But it will confuse a bad mind. A damn shame. That's the exact thing. Don't get your ass fried. Bombs from the sky, rich devil lullaby. Damn, that nigga fly. Hope you got an alibi. Bombs from the sky, rich devil lullaby. Damn, the missiles high. I can see him from the parking lot. Living finna ball out. Devils finna fall out. All out warfare, nightmares in the brick house. They murdered us for years and thinking shit was gonna turn around. Pride never learned. This motherfucker burns down. Yelled in them streets. Told them to breach. All of you angels bring woe to this beast. You rule for a time, but we play for keeps. I pray to my Father, bring woe to this beast. Remember them times we hung on them trees. All of you nations bow down to your knees. Remember them ships, they brought us in fleets. Fuck the Apollo, bring them the heat. Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, whoa, to America. Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, 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 to America.
God is going to destroy this empire, man. You about to see famine in this place. You think them fires in California is bad? That's just the beginning of what the Lord is about to do. Because you've been evil to the Lord's people. You've been wicked to the Most High's children, man. You've been destructive to the 12 tribes of Israel. Let me tell you something, black man. You got to put on your strength now, man. Put back on your strength and might, black man, because your day is coming. Your day is coming because the Lord is going to bring judgment on this earth.
Give me Exodus 4:22. How in the hell did you try to take this Bible and use it for everybody? You stupid as hell. You dumb as hell. This Bible is what's going to condemn you. Because this is the book of the Israelites. You should have destroyed this book, you dumb so-called white people. Instead of going around and trying to use the Bible is the book that's going to destroy your world.
Excuse me, everyone, I have a brief announcement to make. Jesus was black, Ronald Reagan was the devil, and the government is lying about 9/11. Thank you for your time and good night.
Shalom, Ak. Shalom, Ak. Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah Barakatah. Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah Barakatum. No one knows because they tried to keep it on the low from all my folks because they thought so I'ma kill them with the flow. Blinded by the dough, we can't see clearly through the smoke. They'd rather see us on that troll, locked up, they're buried in a hole. Ain't wanna see us go because they can't go toe to toe, but I can feel it in my soul. They gon' be reaping what they sow. Try to stop our glow, but they cannot achieve their goals, so I can feel it in my soul. They gon' be reaping what they sow.
Hey, who shall be smalls? If we don't get them, they gon' get us all. And I'll be damned if I just sit back while my people fall. There is no contestant when we all in this together, so let's come together now so we can end this shit forever. I don't wanna go to school, I'd rather read up on my enemies and study all the methods used to kill my people mentally. Sex, money, and drugs is destroying our identity, and this ain't nothing new. This shit been going on for centuries. Instead of fighting for rights. You should have been fighting for our land. Now we fighting for the man. They'll go right into their plan. And I'm sick of this. It's ridiculous how the government is such hypocrites. They make the laws, then break the laws. How serious should I take the laws? My blood, homie, I take a loss. This family first, worst come to worst, and I die for mine. Me and my niggas, we charged up like Alkaline. We strapped up like Caliban. When it's wartime, I'm on the front line. Facts life, I'm acting like I was born again. It's the afterlife.
No one knows because they tried to keep it on the low from all my folks because they folk, so I'ma kill them with the flow. Blinded by the dough, we can't see clearly through the smoke. They'd rather see us on that troll, locked up, they're buried in a hole. They wanna see us grow because they can't go toe to toe, but I can feel it in my soul. They gon' be reaping what they sow. Try to stop our glow, but they cannot achieve their goal, so I can feel it in my soul. They gon' be reaping what they sow. Check it, get your life right, cause this the last call. Christ coming back and he's gonna judge us all. It can happen while you shopping, walk around the mall. Where you from, where you at, Babylon will fall. Lose your head by the sword or obey his laws. You hear them drum beats? We in the midst of war, but it's a holy one. I speak the holy tongue. Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah Barakathum. I got the most high power, I ain't need a gun. I'll be out here repping till his kingdom come. His bread's for the children, you can't get a crumb. Yeah, they hear me, they ain't feeling where I'm coming from. But la-di-da-di, fuck everybody from the Catholic Church to Illuminati. Christ coming back, now the Anunnaki trying to warn the people, but they tried to knock me. What you thought that I wasn't gonna throw my voice in? Fuck all of y'all, white Jesus poison. No one knows because they tried to keep it on the low from all my folks because they folk, so I'ma kill them with the flow. Blinded by the dough, we can't see clearly through the smoke. They'd rather see us on that troll, locked up, they're buried in a hole. They wanna see us grow because they can't go toe to toe, but I can feel it in my soul. They gon' be reaping what they sow. Try to stop our glow, but they cannot achieve their goal, so I can feel it in my soul. They gon' be reaping what they sow. No one knows because they tried to keep it on the low from all my folks because they folk, so I'ma kill them with the flow. Blinded by the dough, we can't see clearly through the smoke. They'd rather see us on that troll, locked up, they're buried in a hole. They wanna see us grow because they can't go toe to toe, but I can feel it in my soul. They gon' be reaping what they sow. Try to stop our glow, but they cannot achieve their goal, so I can feel it in my soul. They gon' be reaping what they sow.
Ow!
Mm-hmm. You're having that dream where you made the white people riot, weren't you?
But I was telling the truth.
How many times have I told you, you better not even dream about telling white folk the truth? You understand me? Shoot. Making white people riot. You better learn how to lie like me. I'm gonna find me a white man and lie to him right now.
No sweat. No sweat. No sweat. That's light work. No sweat. I got a bunch of soldiers I can go get. They think they doing something, they ain't no threat. And I ain't fell victim to you hoes yet. No sweat. No sweat. They try still be running through they whole set. They think they doing something, they ain't no threat. And I ain't fell victim to you hoes shit. I ain't top 40 or nothing, but I can do that. To make a single is no biggie, not even 2-pack. My tracks beat so hard, leave a nigga blue black. And when it flood, had them young bloods like how you do that. I'm old school, straight out the city like I'm a new jack. And I was raised in these streets, now where was you at? See, I'm the type of boss that walk in like where the loot at. And you the type of sucker that real niggas will shoot at. Enough about me and you, cause we know what the difference is. Y'all talk too much, like compound sentences. I'm about to murk this beat, hope I don't leave no witnesses. When we slide through, it's real niggas on the premises. You think you done seen it all, but this is just the genesis. Say you wanna run it, you better lace up your tendencies. Ain't about how you can get it, nigga, it's how you finish it. We put in that work, and now it's time to reap the benefits. That's light work. No sweat. I got a bunch of soldiers I can go get. They think they doing something, they ain't no threat. And I ain't fell victim to you hoes yet. No sweat. No sweat. They try still be running through they whole set. They think they doing something, they ain't no threat. And I ain't fell victim to you hoes yet. My job is being the man, I'm still doing it. Now watch me
me eat these beats alive, not even chewing it. Gave these young niggas the game and then they ruined it. You might as well sit your ass down until I'm through it. I remember beatboxing and freestyling with Super Chick. That nigga caught 15 years over some stupid shit. We used to dream about this rap thing becoming lucrative, but now my whole aim has changed. I'm chasing rulership. My dogs came to bring the pain, but we not Wu-Tang. We walk in, we shut shit down. That's how we do things. These rap niggas lie. We come to give you that true game. And all my rhymes based on a true story like 2 Chainz. Hotter than blue flames. We ain't cooling down though. Headed to the top. We started off at the ground floor. Y'all niggas brown nose like y'all on the down low. Game over. What you clowns still hanging around for? That's light work. No sweat. I got a bunch of soldiers I can go get. They think they doing something, they ain't no threat. And I ain't fell victim to you hoes yet. No sweat, no sweat. They try still be running through they whole set. They think they doing something, they ain't no threat. And I ain't fell victim to you hoes yet. No sweat. No sweat. No sweat. No sweat. No sweat. No sweat.
West till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy and get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends so we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nominee a domino. So what you suckers trying to do? Rhyming comical. Guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all-stars. I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid. Shit has gotten retarded since all the dominance of one west rising to prominent. Cause I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers. But I ride like I got group vibes for Uber. Rhymes hard like they've been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by black Impalas, let the semi holler. The showstopper, been the stopper since the teeny bopper. But now I'm going on Patron, a premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modified the chopper. The swore heavy, war ready, and that's working mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm up on it, ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when they eat on, none of them can get to the fire around with me. And I had them niggas feel like a tire, down the D. And I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel igniter, I'm winning, coming through with the title because I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west.
All right, Israel, Shalom, Yahweh, Shem, Yahweh, Shah, Barak, Thumb to the brothers, and Shalom, Shema, Thumb, Shem, Yahweh, Shah to the sisters. It is the ISUPK, it's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge out of Harlem, New York, since 1969 under Commander General Yahada. We are in the building, and we are back. That's right. That's right. We went to the Passover down in Atlanta. A big shout out to ATL, ISUPK. They held it down. They gave us a glorious, yes, great host. They gave us a glorious black party. All right. They gave us a glorious Passover. Slaughter of the Lamb. If you wasn't there, you should have been there. You should have been in the building. All blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans should be in there. When you hear church, give me Acts 7 and Salakia. Give me Acts 7. Give me Acts 7 and 38. Listen, understand who we are. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. I want you to understand who we are. All right? Who are we? What is the church? You know, because they have come and they have implemented an organization and they call it the church. That's not the church. We're the church. We're the church. The church is not anybody. It's not just somebody. It's not any man. It's not any man that's outside of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Give it to me, huh?
It's the book of Acts, chapter 7 and verse 38.
Listen, put this in your precept book. When somebody talk about the church, you say, listen, this is the church. Read.
This is he that was in the church. In the church.
Come on.
In the wilderness.
Where?
In the wilderness.
In the where?
Wilderness.
Who was in the wilderness?
Israelites
was in the wilderness. We were in the wilderness. We are the ones that was called out of Egypt. The word church means called out one. That's what it means. It doesn't mean anybody. It doesn't mean Esau. It doesn't mean the Amorites, Amalek. It doesn't mean anybody outside of those that was called out of Egypt. And the people that was called out of Egypt was the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Today, the Israelites, read it again.
I'm trying. Acts 7 and 38. This is he that was in the church in the wilderness.
Come on.
With the angel.
Read.
Which spake to him in the Mount Sinai.
Come on.
And with our fathers.
With who fathers?
Our fathers.
No, their fathers.
Our fathers.
All the fathers.
Our fathers.
That is a possessive pronoun. That's our fathers. I ain't talking about everybody. That's a possessive pronoun. Our fathers. Me. Our father. Keep going.
Who received the lively oracles to give unto us, to whom our fathers would not obey.
Our fathers would not obey. Our fathers would not obey. But what did they not obey? Go down to verse 54. I think it's 53. Salakia. Same chapter.
53. Who have received the law by the disposition of angels, and have not kept it.
And have not what?
Kept it.
Who was given the law? The Israelites. We are the church. Don't let nobody tell you the word church means called out ones or the gathering of anybody. It is the called out ones. It is the 12 tribes of Israel. That's who it is. All right? So now we are on this holiday. This class is about Easter. Easter. Do anybody in the class know when does Easter fall every year? Every year, Easter always falls in a certain order. Do anybody know? It does fall on Sunday. But I got something even bigger than that. Go ahead.
It's like the prayer.
It's always the first Sunday after the first full moon. Look it up. Easter always falls on the first Sunday after the first full moon. That was something that was decided in 325 in the Council of Nicaea. They came up with that. They came up with the celebration of Eostre, the fertility goddess. That's what it is. It's Esther, the fertility goddess. Give me Jeremiah 10 and 2. Give me Jeremiah 10 and 2. Listen, this is not what we need to be doing, and we should not be doing it. We should not be following after anybody. We are the called out ones. They need to be watching us, not us watching them. What you got?
Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 2.
Thus
saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Learn not the way of the heathen. Learn not the way of the heathen. Well, why am I pulling this precept dealing with Easter? Because Easter came from the heathens. Give me Deuteronomy 12 and 30 through 31. You got to understand. You got to understand that we have learned the ways of the heathens. We have learned the way. We have taken Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, not here in the ISUPK, in the home of the truth. We didn't do it. We don't do that. But guess what? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans celebrate Easter, and now they have intertwined it with and mingled it with the Holy Seed. They have mingled it in with our doctrine, with our belief, the Bible. The Bible is our constitution. You got that? Let's get it.
Deuteronomy chapter 12 and verse 30.
Come on.
Take heed to thyself that thou be not snared by following them.
Following who?
Them.
Them is the other nations. Them is the other nations. Keep going.
After that, they be destroyed before thee, and that thou inquire not after their God.
Don't we listen? Esther, that became Easter, is a goddess. It's the fertility goddess. How many rabbits? How many eggs do a rabbit lay? Yeah, no. You don't know? How many eggs do a rabbit lay? Zero. The rabbits don't lay eggs. This is how you know, Salakia. This is how you know that it's Salakia. One second. Are we ready? Common concept. All right. Salakia. Yeah. Salakia. Hold on for 1 sec.
Hey, what's good, Zariah, man? What's up? Get your ass up. Oh, man, you always be tripping. What's going on, man?
What's good, Red?
Hey, man, they was clowning you at work today, man. So? Man, we watched the video a couple times, but we really couldn't tell if it was you.
Yo, how's your eye?
Oh, it's cool. God damn!
What's up, Rock? What's up, Rock? Yo, let me get one of them flyers, man.
Man, I ain't giving you shit. You better get the hell out of here before Cat Pop come out here.
Man, come on, man. Why you gotta be like that, man? I'm trying to come to class, man. Why you acting crazy?
Man, you need to go do that.
Man, I ain't giving him shit.
Man, what? Man, you ain't gonna give me check. We need brothers to come to class.
Damn, man. Ite me yato me tararo tato.
Fucking racist, man. Give me this goddamn flyer, man. You acting crazy, home.
Man, fuck you.
Oh, shit. Tebow, nigga.
What? Who?
Tebow.
Oh, damn, I ain't been to class in a minute. Shit. Oh, shit.
What's up, y'all? What's up, Red? Thanks for the bike. What you got on my ties, homie?
got nothing. I thought you already collected the tithes.
I did, but I want Red's 10%.
Stall him out.
What's up, Red? What you got on my ties, homie?
I ain't got nothing, man.
Oh, yeah. You got something.
I ain't got. Hey, man, that's messed up, man.
Shut your ass up or I knock your ass out.
Yo, T-Bo, man, that's messed up, man. Give him his money back.
What money?
You right, man. What money?
Hey, man, why ain't y'all help me?
Yeah, man, I paid my tithes.
Man, that's fucked up. If it was y'all, I would have helped y'all. What about the time he took the tithes from me in Zariah's backyard? Oh, that was different.
Man, let's jump him.
Man, sit your ass down, man.
Man, I got mind control over T-Bo. When he here, I pay my tithes. But when he leave, I pay my tithes.
Man, damn, man. I should have just paid my tithes, man.
Man, that nigga gonna cry in the car.
Should have paid his tithes.
Shit, real shit.
This shit is endless. What I speak is the truth. I don't care if it's offensive. 12 rounds hit hard, and this shit gon' go the distance. Way to exit cool, but wait till you see the interest. Know that we them niggas when we walk inside the entrance. Put me as the GOAT, you should be honored to get a mention. All my clips is standard, but I still get extensions. Switch on the big 30, sound like when it's spitting. Album so high, I had to give them an extension. One West till they bury me. Yeah, that's the commitment. Don't trust the soul, niggas purring or they hit this shit. What I speak is the truth.
Y'all?
I don't care if it's offensive.
What's up, Red?
Life that I chose, no turning
Thanks for the
back
bite.
in this. They don't
You got on my ties, homie.
God damn, man.
What I speak is the truth. I don't care if it's offensive.
God
Life
damn.
that I chose, no turning back. They don't understand when we tell them no forgiveness.
T-Bo, nigga. T-Bo.
So you know this endless. I'm solidified and stamped. That's why I walk with a signet.
I want to do Salaya. What was
Good.
good?
Be like, man, that's fucked up. If it was y'all, I would have helped y'all.
All right, word. Man, that's fucked up. If it was y'all, I would have helped y'all.
Blameless. And if you ain't the same, I'm against it. Was born with the shit. The other half, I'm just gifted. 20 on me. Wish a nigga would so I could spend it. Start from the branch, then I ain't at the soil. You got a peer on me. That'll leave your family trees for you. Can't catch you. Then
All right, so like for that, y'all read that. We was in Deuteronomy chapter 12, verse 30. Read that again. Sure.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 12, and verse 30. Take heed to thyself.
Right. So what Moses is telling us that we gotta examine ourselves, man. This is the perfect time to do it. Right now we're in the Feast of Unleavened Bread. We just had the glorious Passover down in Atlanta, and man, what a time to renew your spirit, to renew your dedication and your zeal to the Lord. I heard I think it was a Car Chronicles where a brother called in the cap, and he was saying how that Passover just gave him a whole lot of zeal to just go on and do this work. You understand? And that's what you want to have. You want to have zeal to go on and to do this, continue to do this work of the Lord, and to be in the truth. You understand? Because if you're not in ICUK, you are not in the truth. You see what's going on with all these fake Israelites and all these different places now. How everything's coming out, and surely the ICBK is the home of the prophets of the Lord, because we've been telling you all that these people are fake Israelites, these groups are fake Israelites and whatnot, and that you are to come home to the ICBK under command and general in your honor, where you can have righteousness, where you can have righteous leadership, where you can have righteous counselors and whatnot, and righteous teachers that will teach you and get you on that straight path, that the path, the old ways that the Bible talks about, how we ought to seek out the old ways. And you got to examine yourself, man. Now is the perfect time to keep examining yourself and to know whether ye be in the faith. You understand? Because you may think you're in the faith, but you're not in the faith.
if you're not here working with your brothers, if you're not here in line and step with your brothers, we just had a Hebrew Academy graduation, and them brothers are bound for life. They are bonded for life. You understand?
Right.
In this thing, in this work, in this truth. In the class of 2025, put those cover now. You understand? Because it's a good thing to be able to put on that cover. You understand? But you don't want to see that cover up in the rafters. Like some that have fallen out of the faith. That's why it's good to always examine yourself to know whether you're in the faith. Keep reading that. Where you at again?
Deuteronomy 12 and 30.
12 and 30, good.
Take heed to thyself, that thou be not snared by following them.
That what?
Be not snared.
Say that again.
But be not snared by following them.
Don't be snared, man, by following after these lustful people, these lustful and prideful people that only want to gain the preeminence because they don't want to themselves and be under people and get in all black and start from the ground up. They would rather just break off and say, I'm the leader of the house of bread now. You know what I mean? And whatnot. And come follow me. I got the truth. And all this nonsense. And you know, I feel sorry for the people that have been snared by these lascivious people, by these lascivious leaders, by these leaders that have crafted their words and ensnared men and women, you know what I mean, to hide the way of the truth, you know what I'm saying, and to keep them off of the path of righteousness. You know, I feel my heart goes out to these people that don't just had the blinders on and fall for it. You still have people today that's still giving Sakari. They still on his side after everything that has come out. After everything that's come out, the people are still in support of that wickedness. You know what I'm saying? And allowing him to still be some type of figurehead or leader. You know what I'm saying? That time is coming to an end. The Lord is destroying it. The Lord is taking it down. You understand? The Lord is bringing out all this stuff that's going on. The Lord is bringing it out because He wants His body spotless. He wants His church spotless. I don't know, just going over about what the church is. It was called out once. You know what I'm saying? The church is Israelites, the ones that were in the wilderness. You understand? The ones that Moses led out of the wilderness. That's the church. All right, keep reading.
After that, they be destroyed from after.
Go to top, from top.
Deuteronomy 12 and 30. Take heed to thyself, that thou be not snared by following them. After that, they be destroyed from before you.
Mm-hmm.
And that thou inquire not after their gods.
If you what?
Inquire not after their gods.
Because you got IUIC teaching that Jesus is God, right? Isn't that a doctrine that they have right now? Right. You have different people out here that are leading the sheep astray, that are leading the sheep into dangerous territory, that are feeding the sheep stuff that will kill them. You understand? That's not a good shepherd. All your good shepherds and your teachers are right here in the ISUPK, the ones that's going to care after you, the ones that's going to give you the truth. The ones like Jeremiah Hyman is a master at giving out the truth, and it cuts straight too. You understand? Like he will. If you're confused after talking to Jeremiah Hyman, then you just don't want to accept what reality is.
What he shows it.
Yeah, definitely not. Like it's sad, and it's sad because you can break things down as simple and plain as can be, but people will still find a way to not accept it because they want that itchy ear doctrine. They want that doctrine that's gonna make them feel good, It's not going to cut out all the cancer that's in them. It's not going to cut out all the ailments that's in them. It's going to make them. It's going to pacify them, make them feel good, and allow them to continue on in their sin. You understand? Because that's what the Lord wants, His body spotless, blameless. And you got the Christian church out here today too that's also telling you can't be perfect, you can't be blameless. Look, if Christ is telling us to do it, then by all means it's possible. By all means, it is absolutely possible. You understand? And furthermore, there are people in the scriptures that scriptures describe as perfect. You understand? So it's definitely something that we can obtain and aspire to achieve perfection. You understand? Perfection. And the only way you can do that is by renewing your mind with this word. Was that it on Deuteronomy 30? Go ahead.
How did these nations serve their gods? Even so will I do likewise.
Right. I'll drop that and go to Romans 12. Romans 12 and 1 and 2. Right. This is the process of cleaning yourself up. First of all, you got to get in class. You got to humble yourself, get in class. If you can't physically get yourself in class, go online. You know, the internet, last I checked, is free. You understand? So and we don't charge you to admission when you go on to ISUPK.com or when you go on to the YouTube channel, the different YouTube channels. There's no admission fee, so there's absolutely no excuse for you to get His word and to clean and allow the Lord to clean you up. You know, there's no excuse for it. All right, go ahead, read that.
You want to start one?
Come.
This is Romans chapter 12, verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice.
You do what?
Present your bodies a living sacrifice.
You got to present your body. You got to be able to say, okay, it's going to hurt because look, we've been sinning all our life, and our bodies, this flesh, get used to the things that we used to always do. You understand? But there's got to come a time where you're going to present your body as a living sacrifice. So that surgery that's going to take place, the word is going to wash you and surgically remove everything that don't belong. That process is going to be painful. You understand? It's going to hurt. The flesh is going to want to continue to do the sin that it's been doing this whole life. You understand? Your whole life. But we have to be able to allow the Lord to clean us up. You understand? And the first step, like I said, is getting in class. Getting all black. Humble yourself. Con out of one con. Follow orders. You understand? Do the things that the minute things, as we continue to practice those things, we will eventually get to a point where it will come natural to you. You understand? The book of I believe that's Judges 5:11 talks about how we are to rehearse the righteous acts. And Jim Muhammad, I believe, answered that question. I think it was last night on his he was in Atlanta, Monday night. Yeah, that was last night, Monday, right? Yeah. And he was in Atlanta. How we are to do the things now that the things that we're doing now, like we have the Passover, that's rehearsing the righteous act. To feast some unleavened bread right now, where we ought to eat unleavened bread for the next until Sunday. That's rehearsing the righteous acts. You must consume a piece of unleavened bread. I'm glad I was mentioning that, so that I can remind everyone out there that the Feast of Unleavened Bread just isn't the day after the Passover, but it's that whole week, the whole week, from Sunday to Sunday. We ought to be eating unleavened bread, not having no bread or anything that have leavening in it in our house. You know what I mean? Cleanse your house, and more importantly, cleanse your soul, cleanse your mind of that old man, of that old ways that old way of thinking. Don't let the enemy win. You know what I mean? Have some gall about yourself and fight. You understand? Fight your demons. Fight your lust. Fight everything that's trying to get you out of here. Trying to get you out the truth. Trying to get you into all kind of stuff. Getting pegged and all other kind of nastiness that's going on out here in these different groups. You understand? Fight your flesh so that you don't succumb to all those things. You understand? And that you can come and be a soldier of the Lord. Be someone that can be honorable. You understand? We have honorable men in here in the ISUPK. Right. Those that are fighting daily to attain the kingdom, fighting daily to be the 144. You know what I'm saying? And being humble about it. You understand? Like there's a certain procedure, certain way of attaining this thing. You know what I'm saying? If you look at the men above you, you will be able to see it. Like Captain Tazarek says he's the captain of all Israel. You understand? He is. You understand? He get counsels from people that's not in ISUPK. Right. Like everyone comes to, but they too prideful to get in the ranks. Like I don't understand it. Like if you want to get your questions answered, you want to do all this just so you can go off and teach and be the big man. Like no, humble yourself and get in here and all black and get in here and get raised up right. Get raised up in the ranks right. You understand? Like this is what we ought to be doing. Strong officer of war. Officer of war. Look, man, I got to get his brother and his rib some absolute glory right now because they fed me. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like that food was banging. The brotherhood and sisterhood that they have is extraordinary, man. They are a credit to this nation. You know, and I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate all my brothers and sisters that I labor with here in the truth. Like this is family building. This is how we build a nation by having these types of bonds. You understand? By having these connections. You understand? And this is what's going to get the kingdom. This is how the kingdom is going to look. That caller that talked about how he have his zeal now, have that zeal for the work now. Like he also, I believe it was the same caller, but he also was like, man, this is as close to heaven as I've ever been. You understand? Like it's a glorious thing, man, to see and to feel and experience what we just experienced that Passover week from the start of the Lamb's Wednesday to the Hebrew trials and the scripture breakdown Thursday to the Black Party and the graduation on Friday to the Passover on Saturday to the Feast of Unleavened Bread on Sunday. You know what I mean? It was an absolute glorious time with no nigga shit. You understand? Like we don't have that nigga shit. You know, sloppy, my language. There was none of that was going on. You understand? But it was all brotherly love. And David said it real good. Hold that right there where you're at. We're gonna come back to that. Psalms 133 and 1. David said this.
Khan, this is Psalms chapter 133 and verse 1. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
Read that one more time.
Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
Behold, look, man, look. If you have eyes to see, when if you was at the Passover, you could look. Even if you was watching online the events, if you just so happen not to be able to make it, and you was watching online, you can look and see how good and how pleasant it was for us on that day, how we dwelt together in unity, man, and everything going as planned and nothing but genuine love in the building. You understand? And that's what the kingdom of heaven is going to be like. That's what Christ is coming to establish here on earth. Things done decently and in order. You understand? And he's going to rule with a rod of iron. And we're going to rule over our enemies and those that have oppressed us. And we're going to be in perfect order under Christ. You understand? And that's what we're striving to do here in the ISUPK. That's what we want all of our brothers, all of Israel to do, is to come back to dwell together in unity. You know, we issue that invitation out to everybody all the time. Like every year, we issue that invitation out to everybody. Every year that we have the different events, cookouts, and all the things that we have, we issue the decree. Come back, come on home. Like we the home of the country that we have shown so far that says otherwise. You understand? We have shown exactly who we are. You understand? And under Commander Johanna, Commander Johanna has built something perfect here. And I'll be damned if anyone comes in and destroy that unity that we have, that the cohesiveness of this unit, the cohesiveness of the protocols and the different things that are set in place for our people to abide by, to get them right, to get them on the right path, to get them in line with what the Most High desires for us. The Spirit of Christ dwells right here in ISUPK. That's what dwells here in the ISUPK. Strong. So listen, man, this is glory. This is honorable for us to dwell together in unity. This is a thing that is well put together by man Johanna. He all Israel of this nation, of this all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Whether you like it or not, he is your leader. You understand? And I pray that you all come home to this truth. Come home to your identity and who you are, and recognize and understand when we say certain things. All right? We can go back to Romans 12. This is
the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service.
This is a right thing. This is just a reasonable service that you present your bodies holy. Holy means set apart, and acceptable. What's acceptable? Keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, and doing what God tells you, doing what the Lord tells you to do. You understand? That's what's acceptable. Not doing your own thing. You understand? Not following after the precepts of men and doing the things that just because your grandma did it, or your grandfather did it, or your father did it, or your mother did it, just because it's family tradition. You know what I mean? Hell with your family tradition. You're going to become enemies of your family if you following these what this book said. If you're here in ISUPK, you're going to become an enemy to your family, because you're going to be doing everything way different than what they're doing. They're going to look at you like you're crazy. You understand? Because our ways are not their ways. You understand? The way we walk, the way we talk, everything about us is completely different than what we have been brought up as. You understand? And our family ain't gonna understand that. Christ said it himself that your enemies will be those of your own household. You understand? So you have to just, when you come in, you got to just accept that and expect it. You understand? Read verse 2.
I will come, verse 2.
Because this is the problem with our family. Watch.
And be not conformed to this world.
Be not what?
Conformed to this world.
But if God so loved the world, why is Paul telling us here in Romans not to be conformed to the world? That's because the word world has context, young brother, young sister. Yeah, and if you would just humble yourself, you can get the understanding of exactly what these scriptures mean. When I came into the truth, it was like my eyes had finally been opened for the first time in my life. Everything just made sense. Like the world made sense. I couldn't figure the world out for the life of me. But then when I got this truth, the world made sense. The Bible started to make sense because Christian church teaches hypocrisy, and everything that you learn in the Christian church, like we had, like growing up, we had a what they call a overseer in our church. It was her name was Mother Blackshear. I remember it, and I'm young, but I've read in the scriptures where it tells you the woman not supposed to be teaching and she's not supposed to usurp authority over a man, and my dad was under her, and I knew that was just ass back. In my heart, I just knew that was just ass back. But when I come into the truth and come into the light of what these scriptures really are saying, like it wasn't the Bible, it was them. You understand, that was doing things wrong. It wasn't a misunderstanding. It wasn't because God and you. That's one of the things that he said. God, if the men ain't doing it, God will use who he will. I'm like, this don't make sense. My dad he's a pastor. You understand? But that Christianity is a hell of a drug, and it just breeds hypocrisy. And that's why Christ taught against the Christian church. That's why we conform to this world. You understand? Your family is going to be conformed to this world. Your family is going to do the things that everybody around them is doing. They are going to be influenced by everything that's going around in the world and live their life in accordance to that. But we, as verse 1 said, ought to be holy and acceptable unto God. We are to present our bodies as a living sacrifice, be holy and acceptable unto God, which is our reasonable service. It's this Sunday that I believe it's this Sunday. Everybody at least dressing up in their Sunday best and going to church. We're gonna have people that ain't stepped foot in the church since last Easter, and they're gonna get dressed up. They're gonna have a little top hat on, probably have a little cane. No disrespect. Probably have a little cane, a little pantsuit. You know what I'm saying? And they want to go in there just as simple as they can be, and they're gonna come out just maybe more of the same. Understand? Because that Christian church doesn't teach you to change your life. Here in ISUPK, under Command Junior Johanna, we're going to teach you how you can change your life, how your life can be different, how you can start doing the things that are pleasing unto the Lord and actually obey the commandments. When the Christian church tells you that they just throw their hands up. We can't keep up. We can't keep the commandments. We all have sinned, all short of the glory. Like these different scriptures that they misuse, they're gonna throw it all in your face just to have an excuse to be a sinner. You understand? To be a disgusting sinner. You understand? Even in some of these fake Israelite groups, it's just covering up like the thing that came out. We people just covering up sins. You know what I mean? Just being wicked. You understand? Like, oh, you know about this years ago, they knew about this. Like, what? Oh, and I got more that I'm going to bring out just so that they can get views and live off of your stupidity, because you're going to click on it and every it's monetized, and I'm gonna do it 8 o'clock Eastern and on my YouTube channel, just so they can get clicks and live off of the simple ones, the ones that love to hear drama and not righteousness. Because if they love to hear righteousness, they would be right up in here in these ranks and got the notebook out, got the precept book out, taking notes, asking questions, and applying it to their life right here in the ISUPK. If they were sincere, but niggas ain't sincere. They just want money. That they're ruled by that. They're ruled by filthy blueprint. Cat calls him Wendy Williams. Like just all his videos just on Gorilla Hebrew. Every video on Gorilla Hebrew, and all his breakdown videos, 200 views. Gorilla Hebrew videos, you get a couple thousand, 19,000, some of them. You know what I mean? Because people want to hear that nonsense instead of his breakdown, because he's not a good teacher. You understand? And he's the one that's trying to start this house of bread nonsense. You understand? It baffles me that he got people sitting that are to the right and to the left of him. You know what I mean? It baffles me that he's not alone. He should be alone in that endeavor. You understand? Because he's not a leader. He hasn't been called. You want to be called, you come up in here, I'm the commander of Junior Honor, and we'll get you right. You know what I mean? Go through Hebrew Academy. Go through that pain of denying your flesh, denying yourself. Go through that. You want to do something. Don't take the easy way and just so you can stay a sinner. Like don't do that. Present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God, which is your reasonable service. Do that. Go ahead. Finish that. And be not conformed.
Verse 2. Be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
That's right. We have to renew our minds of that old. Get rid of that old leaven. Get rid of that old everything that you thought you knew in the past. You got to get rid of that when you come into this truth. Christ said you have to become as newborn babes. You have to become as newborn babes. Like babes don't come out the womb eating steak dinner. They drink milk. You got to start from the bottom, man. You got to humble yourself and just start from the bottom and start learning what's right, the right way. You understand? Go ahead.
Slacky, if I could, what you're saying is so heavy, because I was watching, the battle with the brother from NOI, or no, was it FOI?
Captain Taylor.
Yeah, and you can tell that, those brothers are just mixed up trying to, take meat scriptures without having understanding and coming up with a whole, crazy doctrine
right.
That even the Arabs think is crazy.
Right.
So you're absolutely right, sir. It's best to just, be taught, go with the milk scriptures and not try to digest, too spiritually young and high.
Right. Yeah, right. We got to fight. We have to fight indoctrination, man. We got to fight that tooth and nail. We have to really scrap. We got to squabble up with that indoctrination. You understand? We got to throw some blows back at that thing, because indoctrination is heavy, and that's what the Christian church is. Christian church is indoctrinated with a bunch of lies, and like I said earlier, hypocrisies. Like that indoctrination is what's keeping them out of here. You understand? It's what's making them say when we break down John 3:16, it makes them say, all right, well, what about these people? What about, they can't just think about, oh, wow, God loved me that much. It's get selfish once in a while. With this truth, man, we have to be selfish. We have to finally be selfish and say, forget everybody else. I'm all about those Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. I'm all about the oppressed of our people, the ones that fit these curses in Deuteronomy 28, 15 to 68. I'm worried about them.
Right.
I'm worried about raising them up. I'm not gonna go over there to these spear chuckers and try to teach them and get chased around Kenya like these dumbass IORC clowns. You understand? Going somewhere where they shouldn't even be. They shouldn't even be over there doing what they're doing, trying to tell natural born Hamites that they're the children of God. What kind? You got to be the foolish people on the planet to be going over there doing that when all these people out here in your own backyard need to hear the truth of who they are. You know what I mean? That's why we don't shift. We stay firm on the traditions of what was passed down from the seven heads since 1969, and we keep that doctrine and we keep it thorough. We keep it pure. You understand? We don't have to go over there. If there's an Israelite over there, they can hear this word via internet, and they can start a damn group, ISUPK over there. We don't have to go over there. You know what I mean? If it really resonates with them.
Right.
But these scriptures don't resonate with them. That's why they was chasing these dumb Negroes, Nate and them, Bishop Nathaniel, as it's called. Like these people are truly lost, and they casting their pearls before swine. You understand? And that's why they're being chased and trying to get speared through the heart. And, you know what I mean? Like I don't understand it. Like you don't see your own backyard. You don't see how we are destroyed here, right here in our hometown, in our home. Well, in our prison. It's not our home. It's our prison of America. You don't see it. Like your eyes are blind to see those that are in need right here. Like what's going on? What's really going on? That's why, like I said, I'm Commander General Yohana. We sticking to what we know, and we raising up a nation wherever we at. You understand? Right here, and we got people in that are in the islands, Jamaica. We got people in the UK. We have brothers from the UK and sisters from the UK that came over for the Passover. You know, man, give them a hand. You understand? I can imagine how much that must cost. You know what I mean? To do all that. I wasn't able to make the when we had the Feast of Tabernacles over there. I believe it was in Birmingham or London, or where was it?
Oh,
it was
right.
In the UK.
Concert was in King James Castle.
Yeah, when they had it in King James. Oh man, I wish I could have been able to make that trip. You understand? But that's not the first time these brothers and sisters have come up for the Passover. They come all the time. You understand? And look, so if they can do it, what's your excuse? And you right here. You understand? Sometimes you gotta take time to plan for things. You understand? Like I'm saying it, and I pray I do it, but I'm trying to plan now for next year's Passover. You understand? I want to plan now for next year. Go ahead, sis. You got somebody get over my mic. I want people at home to be able to hear you.
I think what you're saying is so heavy because that was I know of maybe 4 or 5 of us that were having a conversation where it was like a similar theme. You know, we give our tithes, you know, offering, you know, very regularly. So it's almost like you have to put in the back of your mind, like, okay, I need to just make a Passover fund.
There you go.
Because you don't want to. You want to be able to just be able to do everything and not feel the stress of. Right.
Damn right. Look at that sister hand, because that's wisdom right there. Because if we can afford our favorite drink every week, if we can afford to do different things, you can afford to put $5 or $10 away a week. And look, you'll be amazed at how much you can accumulate. You just put it away and forget about it. You know what I mean? Just put it away and forget about it. $20 a week, whatever you have to do to accumulate a nice little amount for when it's time, so that it doesn't become a burden to you. It doesn't become you scraping and scrambling and trying to figure things out the last minute and whatnot. And we don't want to be that people. We want to be. We're being the children of God. We talk about changing and renewing our minds and presenting our bodies. That's a part of it. You understand? That's a part of it. A part of it is preparing to do these high holy days every time and not having no excuse, no cowards, no excuses. You know what I mean? We just gonna get it, whatever the case may be. You understand? But you'll be surprised at how much you can accumulate by just putting a few dollars away a week. Just forget about it. You understand? What's $10 a week?
36 weeks, right? How many weeks?
52 weeks. $10 a week. That's 520. So if you do double that, that's 1,040 right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so like you said, if you make it a point to do that, like maybe not have as many coffees that week, whichever, is a discipline, and I feel like the Most High will, reward your diligence.
Right, and that's exactly what we're talking about. You used a heavy word right there, a discipline. We have to be disciplined as the children of God. You know what I mean? As the called out ones, as the church, like Ottawa was saying before y'all came at the beginning of class. How we are the church, the called out ones. We have to have a discipline to do the things that are necessary. And look, you can even encourage your brothers and sisters that are in your surrounding areas or in your same schools. You know what I mean? Shoot a reminder in the group text and hey man, put something away for Passover, you know what I mean? And you never know what that reminder might do, what kind of seed you may be planting inside them, so that they can start doing and having that discipline that's necessary and you can be able to even save up enough to be able to help somebody else out. You understand? You never know how the Lord will bless you. You know what I mean? When you start having that mind, when you start being able to renew your mind and do the things that the Lord is pleased with. What was that? What was that all on that first?
I don't kind of look about the end of verse 2.
Was that?
No, that was the end of chapter verse 2.
That was the end of verse 2? All right, yeah, we can drop that. Let's see. Give me let's go to verse 9.
It's like 12 and 9?
Mm-hmm. 9 and 10.
It's like you say it again?
Same chapter, verse 9 and 10.
The book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 9. Let love be without dissimulation.
What's that word? Dissimulation. Somebody got Siri or something? What's dissimulation? Because it's saying let love be without that.
Hey Siri, what does dissimulation mean? Dissimulation, concealment of one's thoughts, feelings, or character. Pretense.
It said a concealment?
A concealment of one's thoughts. Let me. You want me to look it up in the?
What's the blue? Yeah, what the blue letter is?
No, one second.
Let's see what the blue letter is talking about. But it says, "Let love be without dissimulation."
Hypocrisy.
You said hypocrisy?
Yeah, it says similar words are pretense, dissembling, misrepresentation, deceit, dishonesty, duplicity, guile. Falsification.
So your love got to be true love. It can't be that fake love that Ariel was holding in for Gorilla Hebrew all the time that he was serving underneath him. But that was fake love, you understand? Because soon as he had an issue, soon as an issue came up, he let his true colors just come out flying. Now all kind of when that first dropped, man, I don't think he could say the brother's name without calling him all kind of facts, this and this and that and this and that and this and that. I'm like, whoa, what the hell? Wasn't he just in Sakari like last week? Right. now he's all kinds of names and whatnot. That was fake love. He was just he couldn't wait to get from under him so he could start his little HOB. You know what I'm saying? That's not how we ought to be. Like the Walla Yahweh shot for Commander Junior Hanna and the generals and how they raised us and how they are raising us. Because we don't desire Commander Junior Hanna's spot. You know what I'm saying? Right. We Captain Zaria gave an excellent response to Sinetta that time. And Sinetta asked her,
how can you start your own group?
Yeah, about starting your own group. Oh man, y'all got to go back and look at that because I can't quote it off the top of my head the response, but in essence, it's like it's a disloyalty. He would be a bad son to his father, you know, his spiritual father, if he was to go out and try to start his own thing and try to do his own thing. You understand? You don't want to be bad. You don't want to have fake love for those that are the men above you and those that have brought you up in this truth. You understand? And that have sacrificed the things that they have sacrificed to build this, to keep this ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, as what it is. You know what I mean? Which is the home of the truth. You understand? You don't know the sacrifices that they made. You understand? And you will be a grimy bastard to go out and try to start your own after coming up under the tutelage and the leadership of the men above us. You understand? So I thank the Lord that Commander Junior Hanna is who he is. You know what I mean? He's the most humble brother you can ever meet. You understand? Give you the clothes off his back if he have to. You understand? He will make sure that you are all right, like a good father should. You understand? And look, strive to be like that. If you want to strive to be like anything, strive to be like that. You understand? Read that. Did you did you read that? Did you get it in the blue letter? Was you the simulation?
The blue letter was pretty much saying the same thing, but if I go back and I look at the Strong's info, so Slakia, let me see. It does say so, and it says unfeigned, without dissimulation, without hypocrisy.
Right. There you go. Without hypocrisy. Don't be a hypocrite in what you present to brothers as love.
Right.
Don't be a hypocrite. Don't be a grimy bastard in the back of your mind the whole time. The whole time you saying you got love for this brother, but in the back of your mind you got all kind of evils and whatnot that you are imagining against this and praying on his downfall. You understand? Don't be like that. Right. Like a lot.
So like I said, you got a question in the chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna read it now.
I'll pull the screen. Question. She says, Salakia Adawan, in Galatians 3:18-29, is this saying all nations are the seed of Abraham according to the promise, or is this directly to the Israelites scattered around the world?
All right. Go to Romans chapter 9. Give me Romans chapter 9, verse 7. This should answer your questions. Kalakazar. Is that the sis or that's a brother, right? Listen, brother. Give me Romans 9 and 7.
I'll take it, sir. This is the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 7. Neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children.
So right now, Paul is getting ready to explain that just because you can trace your lineage back to Abraham doesn't mean that you are the children, that you are all the children. All right, he's getting ready to explain what he means by that, because some of you may think, right, what you mean they not the children? They not they are the children. Abraham is their father. You understand?
Right.
In their carnality, they're not thinking this is spiritual. Go ahead.
But in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
But in who?
Isaac shall thy seed be called.
So from the time that Abraham, all right, we know Abraham had Ishmael, and then he had Isaac, and he also had 6 other sons, right? Through I believe it was Keturah. How many other what? Was it just Keturah or but he had 6 other sons. All right, so right now, Paul is singling out Isaac. The scriptures are singling out Isaac. The Lord is singling out Isaac because he's the one that told Sarah that she was going to conceive, and she laughed in the tent. You understand? Remember that?
Right.
And when Hagar and Ishmael was making fun of Isaac, and Sarah said to Abraham to get rid of them, cast them out. Abraham didn't want to do it, and the Lord told Abraham, whatever Sarah said, do it. You understand? Because the Lord was going to bring about that nation through the seed of promise. He promised Sarah that she was going to have a son at this appointed time in the next season, and she did. His name was Isaac. All right. So in Isaac shall thy seed be called, meaning the descendants, everybody that descend from Isaac on are counted for the seed. All right, keep reading.
Verse 8.
We're going to explain it a little bit more.
That is they which are the children of the flesh. These are not the children of God.
Right. So the children of the flesh is who? And it's telling you right here that they're not the children of God. So who are the children of the flesh? Go ahead.
It will be Isaac, Salaki will be Abraham's other children.
There you go. Everybody but Isaac. You understand? There you are, the children of the flesh. Ishmael was a children of the flesh because Abraham had her with the bondwoman. When Sarah said, "Here, take my bondwoman and have a child with her," because Sarah didn't believe she could have children at her age.
Right.
You understand? But the Lord had other plans. You understand? Because he knew that his covenant was going to be to Abraham and his descendants and his seed. And that seed was going to be through Isaac, not through that bondwoman. But they used this as an allegory in the scriptures also. And I believe that's in Galatians also. All right, so keep reading that in verse 8.
But the children of the promise are counted for the seed.
Who are the children of who? What's that mean by but the children of the promise are counted for the seed? What does that mean? Go ahead.
So when it says are counted for the seed, it's saying are counted coming from Isaac. So Isaac is that seed, and then the people that come from Isaac, right, those are going to be the children of the promise.
So who came from Isaac?
Jacob.
All right.
The Israelites.
But somebody else came from Isaac too.
Oh, it's like Esau.
Jacob and Esau came from Isaac. So now we got to figure out. Okay, so all right. So what are we saying that the Edomites, the East, that they're counted for the seed?
God forbid.
Hell no, they're not counted for the seed, because further down right here in Romans, and this is answering exactly what your question is about all the other nations according to the promises, because this is directly talking about. Read that last part again. But the what?
But the children of the promise are counted for the seed.
And we know that that promise was made to Sarah dealing with Isaac. All right, so now we got to figure out, all right, so if it's through Isaac, he had two sons, Jacob and Esau, so how do we follow it then? You know what I mean? It's simple. We just read the scriptures. Go ahead, keep reading.
Verse 9, for this is the word of promise. At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son.
Mm-hmm.
And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac.
Because Isaac is who is the line that we're looking at, because he is the child of promise. Go ahead.
For the children being not yet born, neither having done anything good or evil, that the purpose of God according to election might stand.
That the what?
The purpose of God according to election might stand.
This is all because for the purpose of God, for his promises, everything, his covenants, everything that he made. This is the purpose right here, that the purpose of God might stand. God did something. Go keep reading. We're going to say what he did.
Not of works, but of him that calleth.
Mm-hmm.
It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger.
Right.
Verse 13.
Here it is.
As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
So we going to look at everybody that Jacob gave birth to now. We're going to follow his line. And his line is the people that we are talking about in Galatians 3:18-19. Says, is this saying all nations are the seed of Abraham? Absolutely not. Abraham, it goes from Abraham to Isaac to Jacob. That's why you'll see a common refrain in scriptures sometimes where you have Israelites say, the God of our father Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They would give that registry right there. They would have them all in a line. You understand? It doesn't say from Abraham, Isaac to Esau. No, it goes from Abraham, Isaac to Jacob, and then Jacob had these 12 tribes right here, who the promises are for. All right. So okay, that must answer the question.
Both sides
of Christ. All right. Where is we at?
We were at 12.
12 and 8. No, 12, 9, right? Go ahead.
The book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 9. Let love be without dissimulation.
Right. Don't let it be a fake love. Don't let it be a love full of hypocrisy. Keep reading.
Abhor that which is evil.
Don't look. What does the word abhor mean? Because people tell you you're not supposed to
abhor and eat them.
And they use that same word interchangeable with the word hate. When abhor doesn't mean hate.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because there's another scripture, it's in Psalms, where it says, I abhor and I hate. You understand? So abhor it absolutely has a definition and a context. So we got to see what that context of that word is saying.
So I'm looking it up right now.
Uh-huh. When you like that scripture where it says we're not to abhor and eat them, like we're not supposed to go around just you know how some children I will act when they see like bugs or something nasty. Ew, you're not supposed to be like that every time you walk around or get around and eat them. You know what I mean? Because look, Israel is a speckled bird. We don't know who's an Israelite just by the skin color. You understand? You can't make judgments like that. You know what I mean? That's why the scripture tells you not to abhor or eat them. You understand? Because you could be treating your own brother foul. You know what I'm saying? You never know. Like Ray Griffin, that his children could pass for Edomites. You know what I mean? And there's others that could pass for Edomite. So therefore, that's why we don't look on that outward appearance. That's why I think the Most High that He didn't look on the outward appearance of King David. You know what I'm saying? He looked on the heart. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we got. We can't be quick to make a judgment. We got to be able to examine a situation and make righteous judgments. All right, you get the whore.
I don't know what kind of say. Let me see. 1 second. All right. So in the Bible dictionary, it says to dislike, abhor, have a horror of.
You said what?
To dislike, abhor, have a horror of.
Horror, right? Right. That's exactly what I was just talking about with the kids. When you walking by someone and you just like discuss it with them, like you seen a ghost. Yeah. Ooh, look at that ghost. Or some people got arachnophobia, where they are scared to death of spiders. You know what I mean? Like you have different conditions where people will act a different way. And that's what the Bible is telling us. We shouldn't act like towards an Edomite. Go ahead.
Right. Yeah, Salaki, if I could, what this is kind of describing like to like having like an intense reaction every time you see an Edomite, like you said, when kids are like, cooties, kind of stuff like that.
Right.
So that's what it appears to say in the Blue Letter Bible.
Most High Christ. So it says, abhor that which is evil. Like we can't be quick to be aligning ourselves with evil, with wickedness. You know what I mean? Evil, like that Sakari group. That's just evil what they were doing, hiding sins and stuff like that. You supposed to abhor that. You supposed to run out of there. You supposed to sound the alarm. You understand? You're supposed to raise that on the rooftop. Look, Trump, you know what I mean? That wasn't supposed to be hush hush. You understand? That was supposed to have been dealt with. And I realized that you do your stuff internally, but if you got the leader of the group, the whole shit should have crumbled down. You understand? Like what the scripture say about if your leader is wicked? What's that scripture?
That's Proverbs.
I believe. Yeah, it's definitely in Proverbs. It says that everybody under you is going to be wicked too. Like that's why I thank the Lord for Commander General Han. You know he ain't wicked. You understand? He's not taking your tithe money and going to Cabo or to
Cabo.
Wherever. I'm just naming different places. Dubai, all these vacation spots, and living it up off of the church's money. You understand? He's not doing that. He's not sending his wives out to different vacation spots and doing all kinds of stuff, misusing the church's money, as you would say, buying private jets and planes and whatnot, and got Lamborghinis and shit. Like he's not doing none of that. You understand? You can see that. You can see where the money is going here in the ISUPK because we're steadily increasing. We're steadily getting new schools built up. We're steadily raising new brothers up. We're steadily having Hebrew Academy classes that are how many graduated in your class? Do you know off the top of your head?
I don't think they gave us. It seemed like 100%. Was it that much?
Because we had a pretty big class too in 2022, and like this is what it's all about. Continuing to raise up brothers and raise in righteousness. Like y'all had something that we didn't have. Y'all had Commander Junior Han teaching y'all every week. You understand, man? y'all are blessed. Y'all were blessed with that. Y'all got it straight. Well, how they say, what's that? Straight from the horse's mouth. You know what I mean? Like y'all got it direct, man. And y'all, I pray you cherish everything that was taught to you and that was delivered to you, and that you documented everything that Command Junior Honda taught, because that's what it's about, raising up new Command Junior Hondas. But it's Kaash, it's Call, it's Makawo, it's Lakara, it's Kwashwan, you know what I mean? Because he gave y'all what he had in him, you understand? And y'all can go out and give it to the rest of the nation. And that's what it's all about. That's how we raise this nation, right? That's how we can say something in Delaware and someone can teach the same thing over in Northern California. They can teach the same thing over in the UK. We are not divided here in the ISUPK. We are one body, just like the scripture says, one spirit, one body, one spirit, one faith, one baptism. You understand? And we are perfectly in order and in line and in step and in tune to what these scriptures are talking about. And we are also obedient and in structure with our head. You understand? We are follow protocol, we follow protocol. You know what I mean? We do everything that is right and righteous in the eyes of the Lord. Absolutely. Here in the ISUPK. Keep reading that.
We read, cleave to what which is good.
Cleave to that which is good, man. That's why you better stay right here, right where you at. Don't let nobody trick you out your spot now. You understand? Don't get tricked out your spot. You better stay right here. Right here. This is good. And we have to cleave to it. The ISUPK is good. And we absolutely have to cleave to it. We absolutely have to cleave to the what it is that the Lord has done here in ISUPK by putting his spirit in this place. You understand? We have the spirit. That's why we can boast that we can answer all questions. General mind and do it all the time. We can answer all your questions. You know what I mean? like, and we can do that with confidence, with faith that there's nothing that's going to be able to shake us, move us. The scriptures talks about how we're not going to be ashamed nor confounded. World without end. That's the world that Christ was talking about to Nicodemus in John 3:16. He's talking about the world of the Israelites and how we're going to be raised up in these last days as a solid nation, and everybody's going to come to us for knowledge, and that's what's happening now. You can hear testimony from Jeremiah Hyman. He says he counsels everybody. You know what I mean? Captain Tazariak, he counsels everybody. He doesn't just counsel people here in the UPK. He counsels everybody, because we are fulfilling what Scripture says the Lord's going to do here in these last days, which is raise up teachers and righteous men. And our teachers are not going to be hidden in the corner anymore, but they're right here in your face. All you got to do is take advantage of it. Use them. You understand? Use them whatever zone you in. Use your teachers. Use them. Ask questions. Get this knowledge now. You don't know what's going to happen. That's why we prayed in the Sabbath prayer about keeping the airways open. But you don't know what Trump got. That orange bastard got planned. He may want to shut the internet down because we speak the truth too much. You know what I mean? And you know what they say about the truth? The truth hurts. You understand? And we hurting a lot of people's feelings bringing out this truth. You understand? That's why Christ said we're going to be hated of all nations, because this truth is going to be an offensive thing. Because we're going to tell it like it is, whether you like it or not. This is what it is, and we're going to stand by it. We're going to stand on it. You understand? Give me verse 10, and we're gonna wrap it up.
The book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 10. Be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love.
With what?
Brotherly love.
Man, did we just see that in Atlanta just this past weekend? Oh my Lord, we seen this verse come to fruition in Atlanta. That whole week, we seen brothers being kind and sisters being kindly affectionate one to another.
Right.
Brotherly love. You understand? Because that's what it's all about. And that's why we are reminded of it each and every year by the Lord having his Passover each and every year. This is the Lord's Passover. This was the Lord's 56th Passover right here in the ISUPK Uncommanded Junior High. You understand? So this is what it's about. Coming together, let brotherly love just continue. You know what I mean? We read Psalms 133:1 earlier, how good it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. And look, don't be simple in your mind. When we say brothers, we're including the sisters too. Y'all, right. You do know that, right? You do understand that, right? Like, don't be simple in your mind. They don't never talk about the sisters. Like, come on now. We gotta get past that. All right. We are talking about you sisters as well. So you need to apply everything that is taught in class to yourselves as well. All right. We finished that?
In honor, preferring one another.
Oh, say that again.
In honor, preferring one another.
Oh man. We prefer one another here in the ISUPK. And we prefer you all also. That's why we invite you all out to come back home, because we want to build this nation back again. We want to bring all of our brothers and sisters back home and bring them into the truth. Because right now, amen. Right now, the truth don't consist of pecking kits. I'm so locked it, but it just doesn't.
Would Job 42 be a good precept for this?
Go ahead, read. Where you at?
With Job 42, well, it's kind of a bit long.
Job 42 on what?
1.
What is it? 1 through what?
I would say 1 through 3 is probably what I was thinking of when it says, that's it. Job.
You can read it.
Oh, okay, I didn't know. Then Job answered the Lord and said, I know that thou canst do everything, and that no thought can be withholden from thee. Who is he that hideth counsel without knowledge? Therefore I have uttered that I understood not, things too wonderful for me, which I knew not. And that just made me think of when you were talking about how Sai was saying, when we're together, especially coming off the Lord's Passover, it's almost like I don't know, it's like the atmosphere is buzzing and everybody it's just a good thing, a good feeling. I know for me, for one, I could stay in that moment for a long time. And other people just don't understand that. So when they see it, it's almost like that spirit of covetousness comes into play.
Okay, I think I see where you're going with that.
And they're saying when you I think that whenever all of Israel was there and we saw these brothers marching in and I think that everybody stood with them in the solidarity of what they were able to accomplish. But I think all of us knew that we all had something in that, and it was really beautiful.
I heard that. I understand what you're saying. I don't know if I would pair that. You said that would a precept with Romans 12 and 10. You said.
No, just for the theme of what
what I was talking about. Okay.
Israel's just it's the Lord designed it to work for something that's beautiful, and outside people will look at it and they'll attach covetousness and try to try to put division in the ranks and the
I
sisterhood
think
and
you're,
brotherhood.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right because when I'm going back in my mind, like verse 3, it says, "Who is he that hideth counsel without knowledge?" Like the counsel is open for everybody, and we have knowledge here in the ISUPK. You understand? So I could see what you're talking about as far as when I was teaching. You talking about when I was teaching?
Yeah,
Right.
specifically to people not understanding the good.
Right. Yeah, yeah. I can work with that. All right. So no questions in the chat. All right. With that being said, we're gonna pass the class over to any questions in the room? All right. With that being said, we're gonna pass the class over to priest and also God.
Turn that for you.
Oh shoot, one more. I was on right way the first time. Slide. There you go.
Okay. This is the ISUPK security announcements. Rules for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister come to the school, they're on limits for 6 months. After 6 months, they're here to set themselves to the world. After 6 months, if any brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they have to seek counsel from the heads. Ties is a commandment. Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3, 8 through 10, Ma'ashra, it means a tenth in Hebrew. 10% of any increase the Lord gives you. Priest fund is a funeral offering for the priest, not mandatory. Whatever amount you like to give. Upcoming holy holidays. It is the feast of.
We're in the midst of them.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we are still in the midst of the feast of unleavened bread. That will last till Sunday. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, he start wearing black boots, pants, headband, and scarf with that amijah, which means a stand. Men of Israel give a crazy salute. Amijah Shabbat, Amijah, Barak, Yahweh Hashem, Yahushua Barak, Yazmatah, hands down. We sorry, turn their face to sisters. Sisters Amijah, which means a stand. Men of Israel will give a courtesy salute. Amijah Shabbat, Amijah, Barak, Yahweh Shemar, Hashem, Yahushua. Yazmatah, class dismissed.